Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders.
Let's go, baby. Mike's 42. Mike's 42. And we're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Out. White. Taco. Big dance.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second and 11 now. Carr, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And that will be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Coaching still. Let's go. Like Raider run. Hey, wahoo. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Oh, nice move. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, the Raiders last year, they were 25th in the league in rushing, and a good reason why they used one of their 3 first-round picks on Jacobs for runs like we just saw. Jacobs was the first running back taken in this year's draft, 24th overall. That was actually the pick that was originally acquired from the Chicago Bears in that Khalil Mack trade. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Quit talking about it. Later one. Watch the twist.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Bring it. Check 3. Who's right, Chief? Check. Who's right, Chief? He's checking Craig. Kill, Jumbo. Kill. Check 6.
This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Rodgers now to throw. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. Check. Hot route. Hot. Throw right. 24. Watch 24. Hey, check 26. Hey, Alpha.
To throw again. Rodgers. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Watch 29. 29. Hey, Delta. 5 down. 15. Shoot. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Easy. Kill. Hey, Charlie. Express. 42. I don't think you got it.
Here's Carr. Going for Hurd on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 61, matchbox lights. Shit. Watch out. OP.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
What down? 180. Pick it up, guys. that down.
22. Watch the slant.
You're mine.
You got nothing today.
5.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Kyler Fackrell coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
They're on the 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is,
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch the shoot.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52.
Tackle. Say.
Loco over here.
Rodgers now on first down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Watch his flat.
Watch the edge.
Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brings up 64 at the Raiders' 26-yard line.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
26.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that.
Now a first down carry by Jones. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 11.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
52, Mike, 52. Bravo.
Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as time expires in the first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after here coming up. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hey, Haywood! Express! Come on, baby.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
To throw, it's Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Monday, down. 180.
Check 99. Check 99.
What? Subdue. Greystone, Travis. 25. Check.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
93.
Mine's 50.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Get 300.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to let it, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Geronimo Allison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Back now at Lambeau, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones.
You're mine. 637.
Hey, Steve 6.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. And now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. Carr completes it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Catch is made by Hurd. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
We got chips over here. Chips over here. There's overload.
734. Recon, 132 fighter. Mike 42. 808. Mike 42. Better bring. Hey, Echo. Better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Slime, later one. Mike's 42. That's it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't send...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 87 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
23 yards, the final tally.
Let's go.
Kill. Move. Mike 50.
To throw his car. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 4-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Blue 58. Hey, check 26.
Now it's Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Rodgers throwing here. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Move. Hey, we got 3 down. Hey, switch gears. Go right. Yeah, live. Small.
Mike 19. Mike 19.
Rodgers now throwing again. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Mike 19. Check. See Mike. Mike 19.
Let's go, D.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. It got his man complete. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish,